Hey guys, it is day 158. It is 78 degrees out here today. I don't like that at all. But that is summer, I guess, and I'm gonna have to just get used to it. Today I'm in a blast from the past. Well, they're all pretty much blasts from the past in my shoe collection because the latest and greatest, that's not what I've got. And when I do have the latest and greatest, that is a special occasion. Just a quick note, I know that I am very blessed to have the things that I have and to have what I have, but please understand that none of that comes through being rich or it comes through finding exceptional deals on footwear and sometimes looking in the used market for a well cared for shoe. It would never have happened unless there were thrift stores around. So being able to find stuff at a budget price really helps. Out of the entirety of my shoe collection, I would estimate that there has been 10 pairs or less that have been bought at retail cost. So if you're out there and you love shoes, but you're broke like me, then just scour the pages, search Mercari, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, all of it. The deals are out there. You just gotta be diligent. Speaking of which, Facebook Marketplace, this was a pair that I got in on a trade, and I didn't expect to get these. In fact, I was planning on selling them, but these are the Jordan 34 lows. Here it is from the side, and here it is from the other side. And like I said, I was planning on selling these shoes. They didn't have insoles with them, and I actually like having the insoles with them because it gives a little bit more of the stock feeling, even though I know fully well that I'm going to probably replace that insole anyway. But having the stock insole allows me to just have a better idea of how that shoe might have initially felt on day one. Now I can say that even though this didn't have the insole, just sticking my finger in, you can tell that the cushion setup is still rather good, and I think it's just Phylon, but I slapped my 3/4 link orthotic in here and slapped them on, and I just wasn't happy with the way that I was feeling in the forefoot. But I had a very thin orthotic, or a very thin insole that used to go in my light boosts. It wasn't the light boost, it was one of the boost shoes. I can't remember exactly which model, but I had taken that thin boost insole out, and they were just hanging around, so I was like, I just need a little bit of extra cushion in the forefoot of this shoe, and those insoles fit perfectly in these shoes. So I put those insoles in, slapped my orthotic in here, and here we go. And I'm telling you, they feel so much better than the standard 34s. The shoe has excellent traction. It's lightweight. It feels really good and nimble. And now I've got the right amount of cushion underneath. It feels really good. Slow to the ground. I think even by today's standards, this shoe matches up. I mean, it's really nice, guys. Now in about 1 minute, I'm going to have to run a mile, and I'm not exactly a fan of that, but it's what I have to do. So I'll check back in with you guys when I'm finished with that mile. All right guys, I just did my mile and I am completely winded. Obviously I had to stop one time for the mile, and I was going at my slowest old man pace, just like kind of one foot in front of the other, just a tiny little step. Overall though, I felt pretty good throughout, and I'm now at a point where I'm starting to kind of just like monitor heart rate. And so my heart rate got up to 170. So at that point I backed off and I walked until the heart rate went back down. I was shooting for 160, but it got down to 156, and then I picked it back up. And that little transition time took about 20 seconds. Even at this slower conversational pace of a walk, I'm still like right now at 143 beats per minute. Normally I'm a heel striker, but for whatever reason, when I was in these shoes, it made me want to be a midfoot striker. So I was coming down, but the problem is this shoe really isn't designed to be a midfoot striking shoe. It's got a zoom airbag in the heel, zoom airbag in the forefoot, and then there's like a torsion bar right in the middle. So It was definitely stable. My landings felt stable, that's for sure. But at times when I did come down on the heel, and of course the rotation up into the forefoot, the shoe just gave me some extra life. And even though I'm so winded, it's so hot out here, I think that was the best time that I've had. I haven't found a good way to track the time in real time. I have to go back and check my data at the end of the run. But yeah, for the most part, I think that was probably the best that I've done. With the addition of that tiny boost insole, I think these things are some of my favorite shoes, honestly, because they're so light. They're nice. I'll have to go back and check, but I can't really remember what the experience was in the original Jordan 34s, but I don't remember this much of a positive experience. Well guys, I want to try to keep this short, so I'll jump off of here. I'll see you out here tomorrow. Later.